What's going on and what's up, Sussex Squad? Y'all, how y'all doing today? Well, if you are King Charles, if you are William, if you are Camilla, I would say if you are Kate, but nobody knows where Kate is, baby. You are in meltdown mode. The king of people's hearts, the people's king, whatever you want to call it. Harry stepped down in UK. Baby, Meghan kept true to her word. She said, I ain't never going back there. She met him at the Heathrow airport. She probably didn't even leave security. She was just sitting there with her like sunglasses on and her hiding mirror dress like, is he here? Okay, no problem. Literally probably handing out jam to the people that were helping them in the VIP lounge. Y'all, the British media is in meltdown mode, but more importantly, so is Charles. See, here's the thing. With that whole cancer thing and with, Brexit, he was not Brexit, but when Meg left, he was always able, Charles, to act like, no, my heart aches, dear boy, papa. He was able to put on an act, at least for show. He was petty, he was vindictive, but he could at least put out articles that, for the casual observer, made it seem like he was a loving and evolved dad, and Harry was the one that was losing his mind. Well, baby, Harry did the one thing that Charles can't stand. Harry did Charles's job better than him. He did it for free. He did it with the world watching, and Charles went into nuclear meltdown mode. He is not even trying to hide anymore behind anything. He is literally going in on Harry. Imagine people that are paid millions, $500 million a year to do nothing, getting mad because Harry decided to go visit Nigeria to see where his Invictus Games were going to be. Meanwhile, you got William. There's something wrong with William. I'm beginning to think William is like, there's something really wrong with that guy. Do you know that Harry was getting all these crazy crowds in the UK, whereas William can't even get Kate to show up? He was getting crazy crowds. Meghan and Harry are celebrities. People were excited to see him. Do you know William, so he could get pictures to show he's around people too? Do you know that he ran to a public beach while the beach was full, because it was, I guess, a really warm day, and he took pictures standing around people trying to act like people from the public beach were for him? You guys, the British monarchy is a joke. It is a joke, but they're also super, super stupid. How do you run out to get pictures? And at the end of the day, this is how you know everything those people do. It's all cap, right? Because when you think about it, William, you know nobody was waiting for you there. You know it. Charles, you know that nobody cares about you and Camilla. Last time y'all went around, people were throwing eggs at you. You know it. You do all these big photo ops because you want to look and I guess that's what eats you up, because baby, when it's Harry, it is real. Let's get into this unhinged activity, because baby, when I tell you, I was like, what in the world? Charles is rabid right now. When I say rabid, I mean he has lost his GD mind. Y'all, look at this. Let me pull these articles up. Woo! They said Prince Harry. Oh, wait, hold on. First, they tried to say that Harry was alone in Invictus when he had Diana's family have his back. We're going to go live and talk about it. I know I keep promising this live, but I tell you it's going to happen. William, who hasn't been able to get off his butt forever, showed up at a beach. He was a billionaire and showed up to see 5 houses that were built for the homeless. He also gave a new update for Kate as he showed up at the butcher shop or whatever to get 5 Cornish pasties, right? Saying that Kate, he also told everybody that Kate is okay, which I thought was really, really weird, right? He said that Kate is doing well and that the kids are very, very jealous, which I find odd, because if Kate is doing well, where is she? Why isn't she working? William can't help but lie. Again, William gives me like, I don't know what is wrong with that man, but there's definitely something wrong. Anyway, let's get into this. First of all, they're mad that Diana's family came out and actually supported them. That's the first thing they're mad about. Then they're saying that they will never endorse Harry's hostile, rival, royal operation on his doorstep. Nigeria is not your doorstep, sir. You don't own the world. Second of all, and I'm just being real, Charles, are you even going to be around next year to enforce this? I'm being serious. You never ever, are you going to be here next year? No? Okay, I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. Where should we start first? Let's talk about this unhinged. They said the royal feud was ignited this week because Harry went and flexed on them. Baby. And that's what they're scared of. Because if Harry is doing all this for free and making his own way, then I think it's only a matter of time before people start asking the royals, and why are we paying you $500 million? Because at the end of the day, as much as they try to make fun of what Harry's doing, oh my God, he's just coming and putting on a suit and showing up. I agree. He's showing up. He's making people feel good. He's trying to make a little difference, right? He even donates his own money. You have two people in the royal family that are, I want to say dying from cancer, but I don't know, but have cancer, and you guys can't even do what? Let's think about it. You have two people dying of cancer, and you can't even donate. You can't do anything. Charles did more than William, which was actually visit cancer patients. Basic is this. King Charles' refusal to meet with Prince Harry refusal to meet with Prince Harry, send a minor royal to attend his Invictus Games events in the St. Paul's, is a clear message that Harry is not welcome to conduct official quasi-royal events in the UK that distracts from the monarchy's message and agenda. The whole world is on the UK. The whole world is on the UK for Invictus. And Charles thinks he's throwing weight around, saying we're not going to suffer this. Charles, who are you to speak for anybody that needs somebody? Worry about your own self. Second of all, and let me just say this. This is Charles's bigger point, and I'm going to say this. First, get this. The royal source, is a former staffer who worked for several royals, including Charles, William, and Harry during their time of service. Even if Charles genuinely was too busy to meet Harry or too short-staffed to send anyone to St. Paul's, right? The aides could, of course, quite easily have issued a statement or posted a little message of congratulations for Invictus on a social media channels. The fact that they didn't shows they don't want anything to do to encourage Harry to spend more time in the UK. Charles is never going to endorse a hostile rival royal operation on his doorstep. Instead, Charles sent a clear message that he is not welcome to conduct official quasi-royal events in the UK that distract from the monarchy's message and agenda. You know, this is, I get it now. This is peak idiocy, yes. But I finally see what Charles and William's point was. See, they're still stuck in 1940. They're still stuck in 1970. They're still even stuck in 1997, before Diana passed away, when they was the head honchos. He was the Playboy parent. Everybody wanted some of that game. They think by sending a clear message to Harry, we don't want you here. You're not one of us. They're going to take away all of Harry's clout. They don't realize that one of the reasons Nigeria invited them, and one of the reasons why Invictus is so successful, and one of the reasons that everybody loves Harry and Meghan, aside from the personalities and their people skills and it's because they're not the royal family. Harry stands for something they'll never be. Harry, they like the idea of inviting Harry places because the people that invite Harry and Meghan don't like the royal family. They don't like what they stand for. They don't like the elitism, the racism, the cruelty, the short-sightedness. They just don't appreciate and they don't like all that. They invite Harry as an FU to the establishment. That is what is going on. And Charles and William can't get it through their sick heads. On top of the obvious thing, that Invictus is to honor the disabled vets that sacrificed their lives, and their limbs and their comrades' lives for your country, so you can sit in that stupid golden carriage complaining that this is boring. Nothing ever happens on time. So William can gallop out with rose bushes. And the fact that they don't get, because there's so much in their bubble and they love the cruelty. The only problem is the world's watching and the world sees their stupidness and they don't realize people like Harry because he's not you guys. Nobody in America is an ish about a prince or bloodline. Yeah, it's cool. But at the end of the day, that's Diana's son. It's what they stand for. Do you see what I'm saying? People like Harry, but one of the reasons they like Harry and Meghan is because they literally, the symbolism of tearing away from decades and decades and centuries of racial ignorance, prejudice, classism, elitism, Andrewism, and all that stuff. Anyway, they're just so stupid. Do they think anybody gives like, what in the world? One friend of the king and Queen Camilla said, speaking of the statement, no one trusted him before, and they certainly don't now. They are North Korea. What I don't understand. Nobody's asking what they feel. Nobody likes them, but I get it. They think that Harry is using his royal connections to get money. Nobody cares, and the ratings will show that. It's rude, undignified, and childish to make these attacks on his family when he knows they can't answer back. It's also inconsiderate, to say the least, to make the life of an elderly man who has cancer more difficult. You need to talk to William that got you out there working like the rent is due. Charles is trying his hardest to do his job in very difficult circumstances. Baby, talk to God. Harry's living his life. Harry claims to love his family. He has a funny way of showing it. It's reminiscent of how he spent the last months of Queen Elizabeth's life. Oh my God, they pulled Betty out the grave, saying how much he loved her while attacking the monarchy to which she had devoted her life. Nothing has changed. We're back to square one. But Queen Elizabeth was cool with Harry doing that. Looks like toward the end of her life, maybe she thought it wasn't a life well spent. They said a friend of William and Kate said, I think people understand now why the brothers are as far apart as ever. It's very sad, but William is right not to trust them. A report in the Telegraph Thursday also said that Harry's decision to discuss the meeting just days after it took place had damaged the trust with his family. He didn't discuss it. He said that's personal. It suggested the palace wanted to be sure there was not a repeat of the GMA situation if Harry is interviewed when he's in Nigeria. We don't what, y'all. They are really, really loving this delusion. They are loving it. Listen, Charles couldn't even stay calm for 1 week. It's Diana 2.0. He's jealous, he's mad, he's small, he's inefficient, he's ineffectual. His reign is a joke. He has been deemed North Korea, and William is running wild, trying to get him off the throne as soon as possible. You guys, this is a mess. But you know what? A hostile rival royal environment, I didn't know helping injured soldiers as a royal court, but if it is, Harry's not. I wonder how all those injured soldiers feel about being caught up in Charles's fury. Anyway, you guys, listen, let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to you later. Bye.